The little seeds Sprouty adventure in a sunny garden where flowers bloomed and ants marched in neat rows. There lived a tiny seed named Sprig. Sprig was small and round, with a smooth brown coat that glistened in the sunlight, and she loved nestling in the soft soil, listening to bees buzz and watching butterflies flutter above. But Sprig had a big dream. She wanted to sprout tall and find new friends to share her green leaves. One warm morning, a cheerful raindrop named Drip plopped by and said, "Hello, Sprig. Why do you wiggle so happily today?" Sprig rolled and replied, "I want to grow and make friends." Drip sparkled and said, "I'll water you. Let's go." Sprig's coat shone as Drip soaked the soil and helped her push up a tiny green shoot, and they met a little worm named Wiggle burrowing nearby, who said, "Hi, seed. Why are you sprouting?" Sprig smiled, "I'm growing to find friends." "Want to help?" Wiggle squirmed, saying, "I'm shy and stay underground," but Sprig twinkled, "Wiggle near me. You're safe," and Wiggle tunneled beside her. Drip splashed them to a shady corner where a tiny snail named Slime slid on a leaf, and Slime said, "Hello, Sprig. What's that green shoot?" Sprig swayed, "It's me. I'm finding friends. Join us." Slime hid in her shell, saying, "I'm slow and sticky," but Sprig nodded, "Slide by my shoot. I'll guide you," and Slime slithered along. Next, Drip rolled them to a sunny patch where a small ladybug named Dot crawled on a pebble, and Dot buzzed, "Hi, Sprig. Why are you growing?" Sprig spun, "I'm on a quest for friends. Come with us." Dot tilted her wings, saying, "I'm small and tire fast," but Sprig winked, "Rest on my shoot. You're perfect," and Dot hopped aboard. Drip carried them to a grassy spot where a baby caterpillar named Munch munched a leaf, and Munch said, "Hello, Sprig. What's that sprout?" Sprig rocked, "It's me. I'm making friends. Want to crawl?" Munch wiggled, saying, "I'm nervous about new plants," but Sprig smiled, "Crawl near my leaves. We're a team," and Munch crawled beside Sprig, Wiggle, Slime, and Dot. Sprig felt braver and said, "I want to grow for everyone." Drip whispered, "Sprout high and bloom." Sprig stretched up, her shoot growing into a tall stem with green leaves, and Wiggle, Slime, Dot, and Munch clapped, cheering, "Your leaves are beautiful." Children tending the garden saw Sprig's stem and gasped, and a girl named Zoe pointed, shouting, "Look, a sprout with friends." The children asked, "Who's growing?" And Sprig swayed, saying, "I'm Sprig. I'm sprouting for friends. Want to see?" The children nodded, asking, "Can we water you?" Sprig twinkled, "Yes. Sprinkle and sing." Zoe and her friends sprinkled water, singing as Wiggle tunneled, Slime slid, Dot buzzed, and Munch crawled, and Zoe said, "You're so brave, Sprig." Sprig's leaves glowed as the sky turned pink with sunset, and Drip said, "Sprig, it's time to rest." Sprig looked at the corner, patch, spot, and garden, saying, "I grew so tall and made so many friends." Drip hugged her with a soft drip, saying, "You're a tiny star." Sprig turned to her friends, asking, "Will you visit my leaves?" And Wiggle, Slime, Dot, and Munch nodded, cheering, "Yes." Zoe waved, saying, "We'll water you, Sprig." Drip settled Sprig in her soil, and her friends stayed close to say goodbye. Sprig stood tall, feeling proud, saying, "I sprouted a garden." Wiggle squirmed, "You made us brave?" Slime smiled, and happy. Dot buzzed, and fast. Munch munched, and green. Sprig's heart felt full as she said, "You're all my leaves." That night, Sprig rested, dreaming of blooms, and the next day, Wiggle, Slime, Dot, Munch, and the children visited, tending the garden. The flowers sparkled with laughter, and Sprig's green leaves shone, knowing her Sprouty adventure had made everyone smile.